So today we are talking about your content, and we are talking about how to repurpose your content. So we've got Carrie in the chat saying she's a nutritionalist and so she needs some motivation for, let me just open that up again. It's a motivation for ideas for social media content. Oh my goodness, I have so many ideas for you, my friend. So last week, I think it was, I did a webinar on where to find your content, and it's one of my most popular webinars because we all have the same, we all have the same problem. Hi, Kathy, good to see you too. We all have the same problem with, trying to find content. Like we get a bit excited in the first couple of months of creating our social media, and then we tend to run out of ideas. So I've got lots and lots and lots of ideas for you on how to create your content. So lots of webinars, that's what I specialize in, organic social media and e-commerce. So I am, oh, fantastic. Sorry, I'm just reading the chat. It says, hi, I'm Lauren, eating disorder recovery coach, and her handle is Your Nourished Mind on Instagram. So if you want to jump in there, your_nourished_mind. So I really like supporting people that come on here. I know I'll be jumping onto your page as one of my pages when we get off here to support you. So really, let's just support each other in small business. We all know we're all in small business. We all know it can be tricky sometimes. So supporting each other is good. So like I said, I've got lots of content ideas for you. So another webinar previously, and I'll be doing it again, is the one that I was just talking about, is where to find your content. And this one is all about how to repurpose your content. So I'm going to jump into, love to chat afterwards, need some help, excellent. We'll be here for you. Just email me and we can have a chat and set up a time. So if for anyone even on the recording, if you need to chat with me, the best way is to email me and then we can organise a time. So victoria@businessstation.com.au. Just email me and we'll get together and have a chat about things. All right, so let's do some screen sharing. I'm going to go into my Canva and click present. So how to take the stress out of creating content all the time. Now, I know you can get a little bit overwhelmed. I do as well sometimes. And I've even created calendars, 365 days of content, and you're welcome to get that as well. But every now and then I even forget that I've created that because I've put together so many things for you. So I understand that feeling of overwhelm, especially when I was a social media manager as well, and I was managing quite a few different accounts. So I really understand it. It's a bit tricky coming up with new ideas all the time. So let's just take a breath and relax and understand that we don't need to reinvent the wheel. So we repurpose our content with purpose. We don't just go ahead and, chuck anything on our social media. Let's try to make it worthwhile for our customers. I'm going to teach you how to do this very, very easily, ethically, and purposely repurposing our content for social media. So what actually is repurposing content? So repurposing content is a process of taking what you've already created or something that somebody else has already created and altering it so you can reuse it again in a different way. It saves so much time. It saves so much time and also brain space as well. So the hard work is actually already done. So repurposing that content, and then we can reach a completely new audience because we might be putting it on a different platform. And I'll talk about that today. There's another benefit of repurposing our content is that it boosts our SEO. There's a few caveats around that, but mainly repurposing our content will allow us to target the same keywords over and over again. So if you haven't met me, my name is Victoria. I've been teaching small business owners how to use organic marketing, social media for quite some time now. But I'm also, I practice what I preach. I'm in the trenches with you. I have owned bricks and mortar stores. I own multiple e-commerce stores. In my spare time on my weekends, I am, I'm creating more businesses as well. So I'm in the trenches with you. I'm not just preaching here. I am there with you, and I totally understand what you're going through. So as you can see, I've also written 3 books. I'm a Shopify and Facebook partner. I've got my Bachelor of Teaching. I taught for 12 years or so. I've got a certificate for a small business and a certified e-commerce specialist, and numerous other courses that I'm not going to mention here. I think I do about 3 trainings a week just to make sure that I keep up with the latest. But most of all, I am a mum to 2 teenagers. So as a small business owner, when we hear that we need to create content every day, it can get very overwhelming. So like I said at the beginning, I do have a workshop on where you can find more content and make it easier for you. But this one's about how to repurpose our content. Either repurposing content that other people have created or repurposing our own. So we don't need to keep coming up with new content all the time. And there's a few reasons behind this. So our content actually doesn't get shown to everyone all the time. So it's most likely that they haven't seen it. Unless they're a person that likes every single post that you put on your social media and comments on it, most of your people are not seeing it. So there's lots of different tweaks that we can do to, help with this. But just to keep it in the back of your mind, you're seeing your content all the time, but not everybody else is. So you may not have, your people may not have taken a huge amount of notice because there's so much noise going on, and it's absolutely okay for them to see it again. So think about how many times you see an ad before you click on it, and how many times you hear the same song on the radio. So it's actually okay to reuse things. It also saves you time. It saves you not doing your keyword research, your hashtag research, creating the graphic and the content. It helps you reinforce your brand's messaging. So if you're doing similar branding, colors, fonts across all of your different platforms, it's fantastic for reinforcing your brand. It gives you the opportunity to squeeze as much value out of that content that you've spent that time creating, and it gets a better return on your time invested into creating it. And you can reach a different audience by posting the same content onto a different platform. So the first thing that I really want you to think about, even before you start repurposing or creating content, is going into your analytics and your insights and seeing what best resonates with your customer. What do they like? What do they click on? What do they comment on? And then you can either show this content again, or you can slightly tweak it and show it again. And then you can use that same piece of content, resize it for other platforms and show it and show it there. So on Facebook, you have a look in the insights, in the settings, and on Instagram, have a look at the insights just on that in your bio. And then have a look at the things that you may have already created. So have you got downloadable assets or giveaways? And can you reuse these again in the same format? If they were very, very popular, why not reuse them maybe in the same format, or you can tweak them? So have you got a checklist or a guide or a pack? Have you got a calendar or a quiz, even a template? You can have a look at the website that I've got there. You might like to take a screenshot of that. It gives them gives you some really good examples of assets and giveaways that you can create very, very easily. or the other way around. So creating a lead magnet that attaches to a previously popular piece of content. So if you've got a post that has done very, very well, why not create a checklist from that, or a guide, or a list of resources, or a cheat sheet, something like that, a template that people can download. And next week, I think it is, I'm doing a webinar on how to create a lead magnet so you can get people off social media and you can actually start getting their emails, because as we know, social media may shut down at any time, and we just need to make sure that we have another way of accessing our customers. You could turn a blog post into an ebook or a guide. So if you've got lots of different blog posts, why not pop them all together? They're usually around this a similar niche, because it's your niche. So if you've got a blog posts, you can pop them into an ebook. If you've already written a bunch of really valuable tips and techniques on your social media, why not collate them all and put them into an ebook or a downloadable guide or a blog? And then you can do it the other way around. So you can grab an ebook that you own and you can separate that into lots of different blogs, different posts or blogs, or you can change that into an audio, or you can change that into a video, or you can change it into a series of emails and a course. And then you can automate that to drip feed. So you can automate the emails to come out, maybe once a day, or you can automate it to come out when you know that that other person has already read the first one. Now, what do you do if you don't have an ebook? Let me show you this website. And I've used this numerous times. So what you do is you go into a place that you can buy an ebook and brand it your own. So once you buy these ebooks, so if we have a look at Instagram, you can buy an ebook here and you can change the cover and you can brand it yourself, and then it's your ebook. And then what you can do with this is that you could change this ebook into a podcast. You could change this ebook into lots of different blogs. You could change this into tiny little pieces of content for your social media. There's so many different ways that you can use that ebook because you buy the rights to it. Okay, let's jump back in. You can collate your most popular blogs or somebody else's blogs and bring them all together. So always acknowledging the source that it originally came from. We don't need to plagiarize anything. Now, BuzzFeed do a really good, that's basically how they create all of their articles and blogs, is they just collate the most interesting parts of everybody else's, and most in that niche, they put it all together into one blog and then you click on it. So they already know that that content is interesting for their customers. And the way that you can do that is to go to a website called BuzzSumo. You can put in your niche and it gives you just a few free searches. So be very careful about your wording, because you'll have to do a paid subscription if you want to continue doing searches. But if you go into BuzzSumo and search your niche, you'll find the most popular content that people have been listening to and watching and reading. Okay, you can create a different type of graphic for the image, an infographic or a video. So this is Canva. You can go into resize and then you can just change that Instagram post that I put together. And that is actually from an ebook that I got. And I just changed it into little articles, 10 little articles from each chapter that was there. So you can go through and you can just resize all of anything that you've got with Canva. If you've got a webinar, if you've got a Facebook video, if you've got an introduction video from your website or an IGTV video, you can pop all of that onto YouTube. And you can do it the other way as well. If you've already got content on YouTube, you can start creating all of these other ones too. So do you see how you can just go back and forth between each one? You could also, if you're creating a webinar, you can cut it into smaller pieces. So you can pop smaller pieces, little tease pieces, perhaps onto YouTube, onto Facebook, onto Instagram, even onto Pinterest. Now, you can also do these onto Reels, Instagram stories, Facebook stories, and TikTok. So repurposing your most interesting content onto Pinterest boards. So I think Pinterest is a little bit of an untapped resource for us business owners because we can share our links onto every single pin, which social media doesn't, Facebook and Instagram doesn't really like us doing. So if we pop our video or that we have created already, put it onto Pinterest, we can actually put a link into every single pin and send them back to your website or send them back to where you're selling or send them to your bookings page, wherever you want to send them. It's a fantastic tool for you. So if you create a 3-minute video, pop that onto all your different social medias, onto YouTubes, you can actually get that transcribed into a blog. So it's a very, very easy way of just a 3-minute video. You just create the video and then you get it transcribed with something like Rev, pop that into a blog, make sure that you've got really great keywords in there for your SEO. You could then use that into a newsletter. And you can also use that into a podcast. And recently, I tested it out this morning in my group. Recently, Facebook has allowed us to put audio on as well into the groups. So it used to be quite challenging to put audio without any visual onto Facebook, but now they've given us that option, which is very, very cool for those people that just like to listen. Another thing that you can do to repurpose your content is that you can put a social media thread across the bottom of your website so that each time you put a post up, it automatically updates your website too. So I asked a few people if I could use their websites as some examples for you. This is a fabulous website of a person that is creating an amazing business of non-alcoholic drinks. So absolutely fabulous. I'm just going to scroll all the way down. I really encourage you to have a look at this website. It's quite beautiful as well. And then at the bottom, she's got her social media feed. So every single time she updates her social media, this is her Instagram. Yep, this is her Instagram. It updates on her website. So it's so easy then to, you're not having to update your website all the time. So if you wanted to take a screenshot, these are different ways that other people are doing this. Because we're on a 1-hour webinar instead of a 2-hour one, I won't go through every single one of these. I'll just allow you to have a look at in your leisure. I really, really encourage you to try and leverage user-generated content. Sometimes you'll hear this as UGC, by asking customers to use a branded hashtag. So there's a company called Wallpaper, and I have no affiliate with any of these people, just to let you know. There's a company called Wallpaper from the 70s, and it does a really fabulous job of encouraging their buyers to share how they use their products. So you can imagine when you have a wallpaper business, perhaps thinking, gosh, how am I going to keep creating content for this? Because they don't use it all the time, they just make it. And so what they've done is they launched a social media contest. They encourage people to post using the company's official hashtags. And then they ask their buyers to post a really cool photograph or video of their new wallpaper and adding that relevant hashtag. And then they select a winner by random generating it every 3 months. And the winner is entitled to a full reimbursement of their purchase price. And then all of this gets automatically uploaded onto their website. So do you see how they are reverse engineering, getting lots and lots of content for their site? So you've got customers' photos. And isn't that beautiful? It's from a day ago, from 2 days ago. So they're creating the wallpapers, they're making the wallpapers, but then they're asking their social media, they're asking their customers to create the social media for them. It's a very, very cool concept. So maybe have a little think about how you can do that in your business. User-generated content, such a powerful source of marketing, mainly because it's video and image and people like to see, but it builds trust and it builds social proof and it builds an amazing awareness of your business. And it's a massive bonus. It creates a whole bunch of content for you. So you aren't coming up with the content all the time for your social media. So just asking yourself this, which are you more likely to positively respond to? A photo created by the brand that you follow, or one that is shared by a person that you know and you trust? It's word of mouth. It's the oldest form of marketing ever, and it's really, really powerful. So there's a few different ways of reverse engineering this, of getting that user-generated content. So firstly, have a look and see what you've already got. So it might be messages that you have received. Ask them first, the permission, to see if it's okay if you use their content, and repurpose that. So testimonials and reviews, popping that onto your social media and just saying, thanks for the review. It was really great. We love helping out our customers. You can also use branded hashtags. So like I said, I've no affiliate with these. I just found these people and they've got I am wearing IR. So every time that somebody posts a picture of their clothing, they pop the hashtag in there saying I'm wearing IRI, and then they can use that on their social media feed. Promote really strong call to actions in key locations. So on Instagram, this might be your bio, your location tag. It could be in the photo caption. Make sure you've got a really strong call to action on your website, across all of your social media channels, within your blog or throughout your catalogs, both digital and print. You could add signage to your stores. So this person is actually asking, so tag sack style, so everyone can shop the look. So it's just a reminder. You might like to host an event. Now, I went to Bunnings on the weekend and they were doing the COVID shots there, and I actually saw that they had these boards there, and I did wonder if anybody was going to be using them. I had to have a little bit of a giggle, but you could easily order these boards with your branding on it, and then when people are at your event, they hold up the board, they take a photo of it, you've got all your hashtags down here, they do the branded hashtag that you've already given them, and then you've got some wonderful photos to use on your social media. I found this when I was researching for this webinar. I found that weddings do branded hashtags incredibly well. And I was quite surprised that I couldn't find a lot of other events and companies doing this very well. So I think this could be a really great opportunity for you to think about how you can use branded hashtags in your business. So, like I said, you'll see them at weddings all the time. They say, if you take a beautiful photo of us, do the branded hashtag, and then those people get to see all of the photos that they've created. Why can't we use this for our businesses? Another way that you can get hashtags, you can pop them in backdrops. I've seen beautiful, beautiful backdrops in lots of different functions, and they've got the branded hashtag at the back. The other thing that I've seen is branded hashtags on mirrors. So lots of people like to take selfies in mirrors, and it's a really cool way of actually putting your hashtag on there. And so every time they take a selfie in the mirror, you've got your branded hashtag there as well. You can create your own branded hashtag. So this is something that I think would be gorgeous if you were doing a market and have your hashtag there. You know, another way of having the signage, you could have it on the back of the car. Really, really beautiful ways of showing your branded hashtag. Okay, thinking about influencers. So I believe that influencers are, one of the best ways of sharing your brand. And it doesn't need to be, some people think of influencers as, people are on Instagram all the time, but we can actually just start thinking about influencers perhaps in a different way. So the first influencer that I would suggest that you start talking to are your tribe. So who are these people that already like your stuff that you can ask to share your stuff? So they already know, they are already your main influencers. So can they jump on and can they share your information with other people? Again, this is just repurposing your content and other people sharing it. So starting with your tribe as an influencer, and maybe you can create an affiliate situation with them. I'm just creating at the moment a digital download, and then I'm going to say, look, if you like this download, if you want to share it, you'll get 50%. So starting with influencers in your tribe. And then thinking about influencers, you could do pay per post. So this is starting to get a little bit more financial. You can find an influencer that is within your niche, make sure that they've got a great following, make sure that they are engaged with their audience, make sure that then they don't have a competitive product of yours, and then you can start making a contract with them and repurposing what you've already created, and they can share it with their crowd as well. So you can do the paid per post as well. You could do a gifted product. So maybe you have a product or a service and you would like to gift it to that person and then they start promoting it for you. Or you could go all out and get a complete brand ambassador. So that brand ambassador basically is the face of your brand. If you don't want to be the face of your brand, they can be the face, and they can, and they create just about all of your content. So TikTok makes repurposing people's content very, very easy. I believe this has also started on Instagram as well. So duetting on Instagram. So it makes it very, very easy. So do you see that is a person that had created a post? I can duet it and it comes up as a post. So they've already created the content. I'm just sitting here listening to it, and it's a really, really easy way. So one thing that I would suggest for you to do is to go into Discover, have a look at the trending hashtags in your niche, and then find the videos with more than 1 million views and duet those, because you already know that they're popular. You already know that they're popular with your people, and your niche might like to see that as well. So the way to do it, go into TikTok app, find the video that you like, click the arrow, click duet, and record yourself listening and watching that person, and then you post that. That can also be posted onto other social medias, but best practice is taking the TikTok logo off first. Once you share a TikTok onto a different platform, the TikTok logo automatically goes on it. Instagram and Facebook absolutely hate it. They're in direct competition with TikTok. So taking that TikTok logo off first. And the way that I'm doing it at the moment is I'm using Snaptick. So I create the content in TikTok, I post it in TikTok, I save it, and we can get the URL of that post, pop that into Snaptick, it takes the logo off, and then I pop it onto my social media. That changes sometimes. Snaptick has been working for quite some time, but you never know when it's going to stop working. You can also screenshot Twitter posts, or you can copy and paste them into a template in Canva, or you can post them onto other platforms, and just always acknowledging the source. So if you've screenshot a Twitter post, you've already acknowledged the source because it's right up there. You're not saying that you have created this content. So 52 pieces of content from one idea. Let's have a look at this. So you create a live or a video, and one of the best ways to create that is to have a number and to have something that is going to be useful for your people. So benefits, what's going to benefit your people, come up with 5 tips, 5 tools, 5 ways to, or how to something in 5 ways. So just come up with one piece of content that has this title and create a live or a video with it. So you've got your 5 ways to video, okay? Then you can create a blog about that. You can either get it transcribed or you can transcribe yourself. And then you jump down here and you create 3 to 5 quotes on Instagram, on Pinterest and Twitter based on this. So you've already got 5, so you may as well create 5. And then you create the quotes for Facebook and Instagram stories. And then you post 5 tips videos for TikTok and Instagram Reels. And then you take each tip and you make a TikTok expanding on each point. And then you repost these to Instagram and Pinterest. Very, very easily, you now have 52 pieces of content to use. So today we're together because of Business Station. Sorry, I had something else in my mind that I wanted to speak to you about. If you don't want to create TikToks, then it's easy to create Reels, but TikToks are actually a very easy way to do it as well. So we're brought to you today by Digital Solutions Program. Now, if you haven't jumped in on this already, and I know there's a few of you who have already jumped in on this, it's such a good deal. So it's 7 hours for personalised business mentorship for only $44. We have a talk with you. We talk about your business. We talk about what is going to be best for your business. We try to figure out where you can grow and how we can help you grow. And this is a one-on-one situation. So you're not paying hundreds and hundreds of dollars for this one-on-one situation. And all the experts in the group do charge that normally. So because of this federal grant, it's such a good deal. Now, this grant isn't going to last forever, so I encourage you to jump on board with this. You can get mentorship in social media and digital marketing, online security, websites, all different types of websites as well, and different types of business software. So Xero or Canva or MailChimp, lots of different business software. Now, to be eligible, you do need to be in WA, Queensland or Northern Territory. You need to be running a business that makes a profit. So that means that you aren't registered as a non-for-profit. If you do have a non-for-profit, have a chat with us, because there are actually ways that we can help you. But you also need to have fewer than 20 full-time staff members. So I'm going to jump out of my share and jump on in. Great. Okay, so let's have a look at some of the chat. I went through that quite quickly, didn't I? Okay, so if you've got any questions, just pop them in the chat or the Q&A. Okay, wish I could use this. I'm told that because I used a few sessions under an old, and I can't use that now. So who said that to me? Carrie, message me and we will try and get you in. Okay. Now, okay, so thank you so much, everybody, for being here today. I really, really appreciate you coming in and spending some time with me. If you do want to email me, like I said before, my email is victoria@businessstation.com.au. And if there's anything that you would like me to record for you, I am very, very, I love hearing what you like. I love hearing what you like, so I can create the content that is going to be very, very useful for you. I don't like wasting your time. Okay, so let me just message this. I'm in Queensland, but registered. Just but my ABN is so we're not qualified for the grant. Okay, all right. Yep. So let's have a good talk about that. There might be a way that we can help you. That's what we're here for, helping small business owners. Beautiful. Okay, well, it's lovely to see you all here today. If you've got the recording, you're welcome to put some comments in. And if not, I will catch you probably on another webinar. All right, have a wonderful, wonderful day. See you.